gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world.
All right, guys, we're back at it again. Third Eye Truth Theorem podcast, live once more. This is April 16th, 2025, downtown St. Joseph, Michigan. I'm getting it in, John. I don't care what you laugh about. We are live again, guys. I am your host, James Gill. This is my co-host, Joe Hill.
I'm still here. Yep, that's me.
All right, guys, we got two special guests tonight. One just popped in out of nowhere. I didn't think he was coming.
We didn't think he was coming.
All right, guys, we got Rodney Mills in the house. Nice to see you guys. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. And we got William Stone in the house as well.
All right.
All right.
The millions of people.
That's the most applause we've gotten out of any gig this year.
The millions of people looking above us.
Welcome, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. I'm doing well.
Thank you for coming in.
Sure.
Appreciate
Yes, thank you. Thank
Burning the midnight oil.
it. Yes, sir.
I know it's early, but I get up at 4:30.
you.
So I'm like,
Burning the midnight oil. You play late.
I know, but it's rough.
That's right.
Sucks getting old, huh?
Glad to have you guys on the show, man. I appreciate you guys showing up. William, like I said, I didn't expect you to be here.
I didn't either.
I didn't either. I wasn't really
told me
expected.
Told me he was leaving town, and I'm like,
Leaving town and I'm coming to see you. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I didn't either.
Appreciate you guys showing up. I
Sure.
do. I really do appreciate it.
Mhm.
So coming from, I don't think you remember I've seen them ever.
Yes, at
See, there you
Sandbar.
go.
Yeah.
See,
Oh, the
you were-
sandbar.
I think you were working. We played Czars
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did that too. Yeah.
when we had a
Yeah.
horn section at that time and
Yeah.
keyboards and
you had a horn section?
Yep.
Shit, I don't remember the horn. I must have been drunk that day.
That doesn't shock me at all.
Shut up! I'm on like 40 days.
You'll be back on Sunday. I'm waiting for you.
No, I won't. I'm still kicking it.
Okay, whatever you say, man.
See what happens at midnight on Saturday. I quit drinking for Lent, so you guys know.
Yeah.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah, that's how
He definitely did. He's been miserable. I'm telling
It
you.
hasn't been miserable, but
Yes,
I
yeah,
noticed I lost 10 pounds and I saved a lot of money.
Yeah, you'll save a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped drinking 26 years ago. I saved a ton.
Oh, I bet. Hell
Yeah.
every time I stop drinking, I find lint. I don't know how that happens, but it's just there.
So I would like the crowd to know, and everybody's watching, who you guys are and how did you guys create the band?
Well, I created the band during the was it McGregor fight when he thought he was a boxer.
Oh,
Yeah,
against
so-
Floyd.
I was in another band, which I don't like to name,
Oh, that's fine.
but I named the band the Resurrection Blues Band coming from that band. And I didn't think about the religious aspect of it really, even though almost all of our songs are religious in a way, religious lyrics. All I thought I was doing was putting the band back together, bringing the old guys back together. Like, come on, let's do this. So what was that? 2018, that fight?
Yeah.
And then we actually started the band February of 19.
The funny thing is, I know what band you're talking about, I think.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what? And I tried so hard to make it like a friendly rivalry where we'd like cut each other down and behind the scenes be friends.
Yeah.
And we could have done something. And he was for real, his cutting down to me.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Took it seriously.
Oh, I didn't even say anything. It took me a while before I just had enough. I'm like, I'm done with you. I'm gonna say things now, but I stopped.
He did write a song about it.
Yeah. Called Running.
Did you leave?
It's called Running.
Mhm. And he likes to talk about that when he does the song. He goes into the whole history of that.
That's
Which
awesome,
is-
though.
yeah.
It's kind of cool. I like how you just. I didn't think that's how you named the band. Honestly, I was thinking of something like a different kind of story. I didn't think it was gonna be because of
Yeah.
that. Wow.
And I'm like,
A little rivalry. I love it.
You didn't want to name the band anything different? Because I have to ask that question. Now
No,
because there's a lot
and-
of things.
and in retrospect, thinking about it back, we're not a traditional blues band.
No.
So we're blues rock.
Yeah.
And I go, man, I don't want people to come and think they're going to hear
Some gospel.
a gospel religious blues band or an authentic blues band. And like, but then I made the logo and I love the logo. And like, I thought of every name to change it. Really Bad Blues Band and Rotten Blues Brothers. You know, I tried to think of everything I could to change it. I just couldn't do it.
I do like the logo though.
Mhm.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the main thing. I wanted a branding iron.
Yeah. When you say it like that, yeah, I can see that now.
I have it right here.
Shit.
I have it right here. Take a
Oh,
look.
no, bro,
I actually
you
have.
don't.
Yeah. It's
I think
just,
I'm gonna do your pants for a minute there.
it's just like Yellowstone. You got to
Is
get.
that
Yep.
the band initiation.
I do have a branding iron made, but
I'll play bass, I swear.
a friend took the branding iron to brand turkeys one year for Thanksgiving we were playing, and I never got it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't talk,
I just haven't been to his house, but
I was like, you don't talk to that friend no more?
Yeah, I
Get your
talk to
shit
him.
back?
So, William, how did you and Rodney become friends? I mean,
Well,
when did that start?
well,
Uh-oh.
I was playing in a classic rock band in Northwest Indiana for a long time, and that all came to crashing down like bands do. And I was just feeling bad, and I had to take my sister to Michigan, for gummies because she was feeling bad.
Yeah.
And I came back and I stopped at the local pour in Sawyer. Shout out Chalet. And I walked in, and there he sat with two fellas, and I thought, who is this guy playing guitar, man? I go, that's a little teeny tiny guitar, and it sounds like a Strat. How's he getting that sound out of there? I just sat there for a while, watched him play. And then I kind of walked up to him afterwards. I'm like, hey, how do you get that sound out of that guitar? He goes, well, it's a Strat pickup and blah, blah, blah. He started telling me. I said, well, I do got a problem with your band, though. And he said, well, what's that? I said, you don't have a harmonica player. And he looked at me, kind of cockeyed like that. And he said, so do you play harp? I'm like, yeah. I said, here's my information, and he's like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll call you, whatever. And I didn't think I'd hear from him, really. I didn't. I'm like, there's no way.
he kept bothering me.
Yeah, there's no way. But then he back messaged me on Facebook or something. And then he called me one day and he says, listen, they're shutting down the local pour, and all of our friends are coming. We're going to do some recording, and I want you to come play harp. Now, I haven't blown one note in front of him. He didn't even know if I really could play or not.
Just calling your draw.
Oh, yeah, he did. So I sat out in the parking lot and I thought, let's see. Here's your opportunity to run. If you're going to run now. And I said, nah, I'm going in there. So I walked in and he sat me right down in the middle of a media frenzy in front of everyone. And he just turned to me, he goes, okay, we're getting ready to go. I'm like, hey, man, you got to at least tell me what key we're in. And so I started playing harp with him here and there, a few places, Rybells and local pour, and whenever it was an acoustic gig, he could do it. And the stuff that he does electrically doesn't call for it. The harp doesn't fit. So I did that for a while, and then he has a thing where he likes to fire bass players for some reason. I don't know. I think it was just like
We
some
are
kind
the
of
Spinal
twitch.
Tap of bass players. Instead of drummers, he is number 9.5.
Damn. Seriously?
He's a half because we had one twice.
So anyway, it's like November, not this past, but past before that. And he called me up and he was upset about something. And he asked me, he says, well, would you consider playing the bass for the band? I'm like, no, I don't want to play bass. I go, I'm 64. I don't want to learn anything. I want to retire or float down the river, but So he says, look, we'll think about it. And I'm like, okay, I thought about it. And I called everybody I knew to see if I could find a bass player for him. And of course, there wasn't any available. And I called him back. I said, man, I don't think I want to do it. And he says, well, what are you doing between now and April anyway? And I said, well, I'm crying in my cereal because I'm not playing in any bands. He goes, well, go learn how to play it.
And he couldn't get a date.
I couldn't get a date either. And she might be listening. So, so anyway, I was lucky enough to have a really talented bass player who I knew. He lived close by me. I picked up a bass and I just somehow learned it quickly. And we started playing out. That's the story of that.
That's awesome, actually.
10.
That
Is
That
it
is
10?
awesome.
10 is a good number, but
Yeah.
it's always out there.
It's a good
9.75.
You know, you're always on the firing line in this band.
I fired myself earlier.
Why bass players?
I have no idea. It's just how it's been happening.
That's something you don't really hear that a lot of bass players.
You know how people have ticks, you know? That's his tick.
That's his take.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just waiting for him to tick on me.
the first one, we didn't fire him. He didn't want to play anymore.
Yeah.
Second one, my friend Matt, which I played with in the other band, he has his own recording studio and he had his other projects and he had these big ideas. I'm going to move to Indianapolis, and he's still here 6 years later. And I love playing with him, but he didn't want to do it no more. Then we had guys come out and go, oh yeah, I can play the blues. It's just 3 notes. I'm like, okay, well, let's hear your 3 notes. And
Didn't work out.
no, I'm like,
Yeah.
go.
Yep. Done.
I wasn't even going to be the singer in the band. I couldn't even sing and play guitar at the same time. I never sang in a band in my life. I didn't sing backups. I didn't do anything.
really.
I was just a guitar player. And I got tired of trying singers out there. Well, can we think we could do some Jane's Addiction and make it a blues song? I'm like, no.
No, it don't work.
And another one, I know you guys know, but we'll leave him out. Can we do some Van Halen and make it blues? I'm like, no. What about Guns N' Roses? No.
Wow. That's some wild people.
Like, we can be rock-ish, but we still got to be blues based, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That-
So
Man.
I had to learn to sing.
I was gonna say you had to learn to sing and he had to learn how to play the bass.
Yeah.
Now look at you guys.
Yep.
You're a whole new band.
And my wife drove around with us to everywhere we played and kicked the back of the seat when we left. Like, you guys suck tonight.
You guys suck.
constructive criticism.
Oh, it's very
Wow,
constructive.
she is pretty brutal sometimes.
Shout out to Hurricane.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Hurricane.
Hurricane Kelly.
Yep. She's pretty
She
brutal
she
sometimes.
actually started singing and joined a band, and she retired from it already because it's not her dream. She tried, she did it, and then she realizes now. I said, remember all them years you kick in the back of the seat telling us we suck? I'm not going to do that to you, but just think about what it took for me to do this. And she was not a singer either. Just think about how hard this is to actually, it's not karaoke. It's like when you join a band, it's not something set that you've heard over and over. It's all different.
You have to
It
remember.
changes.
You have to remember the lyrics.
Well, it's as soon as if somebody makes a mistake, the song doesn't come in
Yeah.
where you remember it came in. Now you need to
Yeah.
drag it out a little bit. You need to ease it back in.
Oh yeah, those are fun times. We just had one of those times recently.
Yeah, it was, we've lost our drummer.
Mhm.
And so we've been, we had Randall Willis from the J.R. Clark Band is playing with us for some shows.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's the one I was talking about.
he's phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's a
he's
drum
great.
god, but it was awkward. We're not used to playing with each other. His
Oh,
tempo is different
Well,
than mine.
let's talk about this for a
Yeah,
second, just a
yeah.
second here. No rehearsal.
No rehearsal.
Yeah.
So
Here's
you-
a song. Let's go
Yeah.
play.
So you're walking in with zero rehearsal, okay? And you know Randall's a good player. He's
Real good.
very good. And but you know, my job is try to keep him in the ball game. Rodney's busy. Randall doesn't know what Rodney's going to do, so I have to tell him what he's doing, and I sometimes forget what he's doing, and so it leads into something that was interesting. Let's say
good.
the least.
It's good. I'm used to not having to look back at anybody. I don't tell them what song we're going to play. I just start playing songs. Like, you either get it or don't. But with this, we had to
say
have a little bit of organization.
Yeah.
So you don't have a Zach set list on what you guys play every
Didn't
single
used
gig.
to, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do. It depends on the show. If we have a set show, I'll go by that list. If it's a 3-hour thing, if it's an hour
Yeah.
or so, that's what it is. We'll do the originals. If it's all night, you got to read the crowd. Like, all right, they're not digging this. Let's do something different. And I picked some bad songs this last weekend. I'm like, this ain't working.
You know what? He had mercy on me.
We can't hear you.
The
Right?
songs were too slow. They were too slow. They were, the opening band was really good. Kennedy Affair out of
Yeah,
Kalamazoo.
good.
They had, they didn't fire their drummer or have a new bass player that week.
Yeah.
So they had their stuff together.
Yeah.
But talking about set lists, when I first started playing with him, we had to do that because I had to know what was coming.
Yeah.
And so he had mercy, but then he didn't. A little bit later on, it was, call the song. So you have to be familiar.
So how long you guys been playing together?
It was a year and 4 months, 3 months.
Okay.
Wow.
Year and 4.
Hey, is he the longest person you've had?
No, Scott was the longest. The drummer was the longest.
No, I meant bass player.
No.
Oh.
So the clock's ticking.
but they do seem to go in a 1-year interval, and it
He said the
usually
clock's
ends right at the end of the year, like in October. And it's like, oh, here we go through the winter again, and we can't learn new songs because we got to get somebody new now. Let's play the songs we know.
Mhm.
So is it harder for somebody that you bring in, bass player, drummer, whoever, to know your guys' original songs?
Well, they're all recorded, so anybody can
okay.
listen to the recordings now. We have 2 live shows, one with Bill, one with Frank was in the band from Edgar Wilbur.
Oh,
He did the
wow.
first show with us that got recorded. And actually, Frank is on these
He
3
does,
songs.
Yeah, he's on those.
And then Bill's you're on the next 3, right?
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool. See, that's for you. I'll let you have that one. I want the hat.
We're going to,
still have a
I'm going to
CD
work
player in
on,
my
I'm going
car,
to
too,
have
man.
actual
Oh.
CDs here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just stuff Bill had to make in a hurry in his
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
sure.
I just wanted the hat. I didn't think I was gonna get a hat. Shit, I have a hat now. I have a hat I can wear to the band, to the gigs.
Right.
Look, I got a hat. I'm wearing the shit.
So,
Sign my boob.
I'm in the click.
what's the origins of your instrumental music talent? Where did you learn how to play your instruments?
I told my mom I was going to be the next guitar player in Kiss.
Seriously?
And
Yeah.
you're serious too. I don't,
Yeah, well,
that's
yeah.
serious.
That was the incident in '76. I didn't get the audition. I was 7, or was I 7? Yeah, I was 7. So they didn't take me. Well, I didn't.
You didn't wear makeup?
My mom told. Well, no, we had the makeup. We all did that back then. Everybody was Kiss back then. Was that?
So, no, she was asking a question. So, for a Kiss, were they really auditioning, or were you just going to say, "Hey, I didn't know," because I didn't know what they looked like until the '80s. So, they didn't take out their makeup until the '80s. So,
Yeah, I kept begging my mom for a guitar. Well, we'll get you an acoustic guitar. If you learn on that, we'll get you an electric. I'm like, no, I want a Les
Electric.
Paul.
wow, you went straight.
I'm
for the-
going to
Straight
join
for the
Kiss.
gusto.
I want a Les
Yeah.
Paul.
You went
Yeah, and
right for
then
the
I'd
jugular.
go to Bell Scott there at the plaza and look at all the junky guitars. Like, that's the one I'm on. That's the one I'm getting. Never got it.
So, what was your first guitar? Did you get you acoustic at least?
No. Got electric. Went from Ferris Music, Mike Ferris.
Oh, well, at least you got a decent guitar then.
And it was a 59 Gibson Melody Maker,
Mm.
and I didn't know what I had, and I traded it back
Oh man.
to Mike for a plywood Star Force guitar because it was 80s rock and roll cool. Mike's like, I'll take it back. Sure. I'll trade you even up.
I think that thing was worth more than the one you got.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he give you money back, or he's
No.
no.
No, he took it.
You seem sour about that.
It's all good. So Mike had a teacher there, Brian Shields, and so I started taking lessons and learning Kiss songs. That lasted, I think, 2 weeks. And Brian's like, well, I can't teach you anything. You want to join my band? I was 12 or 13, I think. He's like, if you want to join my band, like we need another guitar player. So I did that for a month, and his band never went anywhere. And then I just kept going from there. I ended up teaching here at Uptown Music for Skip Birdsong, and left home, got kicked out of high school, lived down the road here with a couple other guys, and gave guitar lessons for beer money.
Nice. Well, at least you got something.
Yeah. 16, I joined. Well, I was playing at the White House at 15.
Wow.
15,
That
16.
seems like to be the place to go in this area.
It was.
It
At
was.
that point in time.
It's ours.
A lot of
Yeah, that is ours.
Yeah. And then joined a band at six, just turning 17, and went on the road for a year. And then came back, went to Florida, joined some other bands, and ended up on the street pushing my amplifier downtown Daytona with all my clothes piled on top of it. Then I come back to Michigan. My brother come and got me, and then I go to LA to join another band and end up sleeping on the street again. So I did have a chance to play with Rat there and House of Lords, but it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
Of all the things that you've done, did you kind of regret not doing anything else, or did you happy what you've done and you've done in your life for music wise?
I don't look back and say I wish I would have done anything, because that wouldn't make me as cool as I am today, right, Bill?
Bill.
That's the other side of the pillow.
I think it's kind of awesome. I mean,
No,
you've done a
I
lot.
wish I would have practiced more before I went to LA. I was not good enough. I thought I was good, but I turned 21 sitting downtown LA in front of Rich Bartle Spice Club when my friends left me there and didn't pick me up to go out. So I wish I'd have been a better guitar player then. I just wasn't. I was not LA caliber in the 80s. There were so many good people.
In the 80s, yeah. That's when Guns N' Roses,
Oh, yeah.
Slash,
Yep.
Motley Crue.
It's all there. Mhm.
Yeah, that was all the heavy.
Yep. I used to party with Lemmy from Motorhead.
Really? Wow.
Sam Kinison would be sitting across from me, and
Oh, shit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, and
That explains a
the
lot.
Rainbow Bar and Grill.
He says that explains a lot.
I tried staying up a week with Motorhead one time, and I got 3 days before I was done.
So, had any of those guys that you seen ever hear you play?
No.
Really?
I was nobody.
Oh, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you just grabbed because if you had it all with you,
Well, I had it all.
Pushing it down the street.
you're pushing out the street with all your clothes on top of it.
Yep.
That's kind of cool that you met all those guys and partied with them all.
Ron Jeremy, he was there a lot.
Oh no.
He passed out one night in a bowl of spaghetti. He had narcolepsy where he just fall down, pass out.
Damn.
Sebastian Bach came in one night, pushed the door open. He looked down at me, bangs on the door. I open up the door. I look up at him. He looks down at me. He's like, "Where's Axel at? I'm out of cocaine."
Damn.
So how long were you in LA?
A year.
Just a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough for a young lad from Michigan
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
with no friends.
So yeah, you met all these people and just,
Anybody,
It-
you just all you had to be is on the strip. They were all
yeah,
there.
They're all there hanging out.
Mhm.
Bill, where did you get your musical inclination from?
Rodney.
Really? Seriously?
No.
I was going to wait a minute.
Well, I started playing blues first. I was playing a guitar with a couple of my friends. They
Switch cameras.
they had a they had a band. They were playing locally, and it was during the Stevie Ray Vaughan thing, and
Yeah.
so they were what did they call it? I can't remember what we call ourselves. The Night Crawlers. Yeah, so we did that for a while and played locally. I didn't go to LA or anything. I had to work. I wasn't that good, so I had to work. So we played all the clubs around Northwest Indiana. We were opening for people and stuff like that. At that time, I was actually singing. I wasn't playing an instrument.
And harmonica.
Yeah, I didn't play the harp till later.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole nother story. But I sang first, but that somehow left me. I don't know. I can't find it. I'm singing backups a little bit with him, but it's been a minute. So, and then I got hooked up into the classic rock world of Northwest Indiana jukebox and did that for a long time. Played rhythm guitar with a band called Dillinger for a long time. They were pretty famous in Northwest Indiana, and so I had a tutelage under a really good guitar player like him. But he was Zon Hralovich. He was like a Jimmy Page knockoff guy, and so that they were like Zeppelin and the Who, and that's what we played. There was no original anything. Everything was copy material and stuff like that. So that's all I did. I retired. I was an engineer for Lurie's Children's Hospital of Chicago. So I worked.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah. So I didn't really leave. I stayed here. I didn't want to push my amp down the middle of the street with my clothes on top of me. even though you had to be talented enough to get to LA, which he is. And like I told you, when I saw him playing the first time, I was like, who is this guy? Why is he sitting in this place? And that's why I wanted to go talk to him, because I wanted to play with him. So I just didn't know how I was going to do it. But so when I was in Dillinger, they had a song was a song by I can't remember who it was now, but it had a harp part in the beginning of it. And I said, I could learn how to do this. It's just this little bitty thing, right? I mean, it's just, all these people are playing it. What I should be able to make that work. So, I want to play like Little Walter and Howlin' Wolf. I don't want to play like Bob Dylan and Neil Young, right? I mean, so I get it, and they say just get a C harp and just play with it. And I was playing, and of course, was Bob Dylan and Neil Young for 6 months. I could not find Little Walter. I couldn't find Howlin' Wolf. Couldn't find him. I'm like, look, it's just this little thing. Why can't I make that happen like that? I know what it is. I don't have any soul. That's what it is. I'm soulless. I'm just a white boy knucklehead trying to play this thing. And it was horrifying. So, and I was getting ready to throw it away after about 8 months of every day I was messing with it. So one day I was watching YouTube video, and it was just this nobody guy, just a flunky guy, and he goes, I turned the harmonica at a 45-degree angle in my mouth, and I was able to play a lot different things. And as soon as I turned it, I could play everything. Just like that. I was like, are you kidding me right now? There's no way.
Wait a minute. So you learned how to play the harp from YouTube? Is that how you play the bass too?
No, I had to actually take lessons for that. And then, I'm not very proficient still.
But
it's
more than we can do.
Well, I can keep up with them right now, but I have to stay on it all the time.
I got to dumb it down.
Yeah, he's got to make it.
Oh, you got the
Yeah,
for dummies.
yeah, bass for blues rock bass for dummies. Here it is. Here's the book, Bill. Go take it home and study that.
He says, I got to dumb it down.
I got this original. It's called "Woke Up in Hell." I can't get it. All right, we'll do this other one.
It's E, A, and B. Oh, again?
Oh,
yeah.
damn, there's no G.
There's no G in there. Oh, Christ. So, anyway.
Don't forget about the B.
Yeah. So,
There is a G on the walk down.
I get lucky every once in a while, and
But it makes it sound good.
I'll play good, but every once in a while, it
I
has to
think
be
you
real
guys-
simple.
I think you guys sound great.
Well, you know what he said to me was, because he did have to like teach me how to play with him, and what he wanted was he wanted Dusty Hill,
I said, bring the thunder bass.
bring the bottom to it.
I'm like, you will get better naturally. In the beginning, I'm like, play the thunder bass. Dusty Hill, just do. Keep that bottom man going, keep it driving, and you will get it later. It's like, we need to play now.
And we had to too. Oh God.
Do you guys need a good recorder in you guys' show? James can play the recorder.
Hot cross buns is my shit, man.
Hell
I'll tell
yeah.
You know, that's in demand, I heard these days, recorders.
Do you play the triangle by any chance, Joe?
I can play the triangle. Ding.
Yeah, you can try
Or the cowbell.
I knew cowbell was coming next. I
can
could
do the
feel it.
cowbell. Yeah. Actually, for me, the only thing I do know how to play was the bongos because I always like to pound on stuff. So my parents said, here's the bongos. We don't want drums because we want to hear a whole drum set. Bongos are a little bit softer. I said, all right, sweet.
Mhm.
You play bongos?
Yeah.
All right.
You learn something new every day.
You
guess
learn something
so,
new every
yeah.
day, huh, don't you? Every time we have a podcast, you learn something new about me.
Bongos. All right.
You know that?
That's awesome.
Better than your
Over here
recorder.
at Bongo Hill.
Better than your recorder.
Well,
You big dummy.
Hey, that's okay, man. I know where I stand. I stand right in my lane. I cross buns.
So,
Oh man. Go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say with yours, how hard was it to learn how to play bass though? Because for someone that didn't know how to play it and learning it, I know it's only pretty much I can't remember. Is it like 3 chords still, or is it going to be 4?
Well, there's 4 strings.
Yeah, 4 strings. But
But it's
only
way
playing
multiple chords.
it's completely different
is it?
than playing guitar. In my opinion, it is, because what it's supposed to do in theory is it connects him to the drummer. Whoever is out front to the drummer, it's what makes it come together like that. So now it's not a melody instrument, it's a percussive instrument. So now I have to listen to the drummer's feet or snare and try to get in there with them.
Mhm.
And and listen to him play and make it come together where our tempo is right, and what he's playing with his right hand, I'm copying over here, and then it makes it go to the drummer. That's, and 3 pieces really hard, especially if you're someone like me who's just learning how to play.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of empty space, but he's really good at making the guitar make many noises. So it fills it up pretty good.
See,
It's not on purpose.
sometimes
My fingers get stuck.
Hey man, that was really cool how you did that. How'd you do that? I don't know.
it's a cool sound, isn't it?
Now,
You think you could do it again? I don't know, maybe.
Rodney, who were some of your inspirations of your guys that you looked up to as a guitarist?
Kiss.
Well, it's vast, of course, but early on, it would have been Kiss,
Yeah.
even though they were not fantastic musicians. They are absolutely good musicians and did what they needed to do for the song.
Right.
Shit, they still made millions and
And
millions
they
and
still
millions of
are.
records.
Randy Rhoads was a big
Yeah.
influence. Jakey Lee, Tony Iommi. Most of them late 70s, early 80s guys. But once I got in the 80s, I didn't want to play other people's music anymore. So when I was joining a band, I hated learning cover music. I did it because I had to.
He
And
still
I
hates-
hate cover music
he
to
still
this day.
hates
I
cover
don't want to
music.
learn anybody's music. But you have to
Yeah.
until you can write enough songs that people want to hear.
That is true. I mean,
But
for you, what you guys play, you guys don't play a lot of covers. You
No.
don't. I mean, that's one thing I love about your band. It's
and
you
if we
don't-
do,
yeah.
I change them.
Yeah.
So it's vast who I like in guitar. Carlos Montoya was a Spanish flamenco guitar player. Charo, killer guitar player.
Yep.
You know, Roy Clark and a lot of the country guys, you know, just incredible guitar players.
Yeah.
You know, music is music. There's no set genre. And then I like trumpet players and I listen to everything. So Chet Baker, great trumpet player.
So of all the music that you guys play, I'll say it like this. Of what you guys play, how do you guys get into more of the blues music? If you came from a Kiss era and all the other rockers and all out there, how'd you get into playing blues music?
Arthritis.
Yep. I can't play them
My
licks no
hands aren't
more.
that fast anymore.
Damn, that's not the answer I thought I was gonna get.
No, I've always been in blues. My mom was country, and well, you know, this is the Osmond story here. My mom was a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll, and she used to get that penny record, you know, from the Atlantic or whatever, you know, records. That's how we got all of our first records. Me and my brothers, they'd come by mistake. You know, we got Jethro Tull, you know, Aqualung. My mom, like, I don't know where that came from. That's just came in the record club. She's getting Elvis and the Beatles' first album. We wore that thing out.
Damn.
My dad listened to jazz and blues, so that's how that worked.
Do you still have that record?
The Beatles?
Yeah.
I don't think I have it. It was scratched pretty bad.
Man, you know how much that money that's worth to this day now. You still have the first original Beatles album.
It wasn't the first. It was Meet the Beatles.
Oh, Meet
what-
the Beatles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Man. So even like Led Zeppelin, my parents still have the very first Led Zeppelin album. They still have it, and it's in a little case because it's worth a lot.
First 45 was Red Sails in the Sunset.
Really? I didn't know.
And that's
that.
one of my favorite songs too.
Huh. I didn't know that at all.
Yep.
I might have that. I have a lot of 45s.
Do you really?
Yeah. I used to own my grandparents used to own a big giant, one of those big giant jukeboxes. boxes. And I always wanted that damn thing when they died.
Yeah.
But they sold it underneath me because I had no room in my apartment for it. And I don't know how I was gonna get it up
How
the
big
stairs.
was this thing?
Oh, dude, probably from here to halfway through the other one. And it came out to here. It's one of the old ones where you had to lift up the thing and put the records in and watch it spin around. And the thing was awesome.
Yeah.
It was one of my best things I remember about my grandparents' house. God, that was awesome.
So, are you Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Oh, shit.
Can't you be both?
No.
No.
Oh, disagree.
No.
Totally disagree.
I would say Beatles. Divide picture between
Me?
the two.
I would, you know what? I would have to go with Beatles.
I would say Beatles just because
Sorry,
my
sorry.
parents
Bill's
raised
face
me.
is like in
Raised me up
disgust.
with breakfast with
God
the
damn
Beatles.
it. Both of you motherfuckers.
Breakfast with the Beatles every Sunday. Then we
Going
listen to
with the
Howard
Beatles.
Stern on Monday.
What's the actual question? If you had to pick between the two?
No. What's your influence? Who did you like, the Beatles or Stones?
Not still the Beatles.
Oh.
I didn't listen to either one of them really, besides that first album at 5. Once I seen Aqualung and what else we had? Deep Purple, you know. Once all that stuff coming in the line, I'm
Judas
like, the hell with
Priest.
the damn Beatles.
Actually, my parents were very like yours was very different on all their music. They listened to the Beatles all the time and the Stones actually. So it's a toss up because I was raised on both. But then all of a sudden Judas Priest,
You got another thing coming there.
Ozzy, Grateful Dead.
I was big Iron
Yeah.
Maiden too.
Uh-huh.
No, I remember they were never been that far, but I mean they loved.
Well, my parents
all
didn't
music.
listen to that, but
Yeah, my parents. I mean, my first concert was Grateful Dead at 14, so it tells you where my whole family's from. So
That explains a lot too.
yeah,
Mhm.
doesn't it?
Bill's like sizing you up right now.
I know. Like we're gonna throw down right now for a minute.
So I'm Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Because they were Chuck Berry influenced.
Yeah.
They were blues influenced. The Beatles weren't. They were songwriters. So I was a big Chuck Berry fan, like Chuck Berry, rock and roll man. the real rock and
Yeah.
roll.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
I'll give you a question then. If you ask me that, since you asked me that question, what's your favorite Stone song? Only one. You can only pick one. One that you can always listen to.
Your go-to song.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Route 66.
I like that one. Mine's Sympathy of the Devil.
Or Respectable.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
We played Miss You. We played Miss You last Sunday.
Threw it in.
Really?
Last minute?
Well, we do like a rendition of it that Buddy Guy and Johnny Lang did one nighttime live. And it's like, are we going to hit Randall up with Miss You? I'm like, no, let's not do that
No,
right
let's
away.
not do that.
And then, we
we
needed to make time up because we don't really know any songs together. So I'm like going, oh, it fits right here.
So he started playing it, and he's looking at me, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna do it. and the tempo was about 1/3 faster than what it is, and the bass line's kind of hard anyway.
Mm.
So I'm playing it at top speed, my top speed.
Well, see, I'm still going on Scott, our old drummer. He knew that if I switched things, he knew he would bring it down because we've been playing together so long. I'm still thinking in my head, Randall's going to get it, like, and we're going to like suck it back. And he's looking at us like, what are you guys?
What
doing
are
to
you
me?
guys doing?
You're killing me
I
here.
didn't have any. I could bring Scott down. I could turn to him and go, and he would come down. I didn't have time because it was going so fast.
Yeah.
I couldn't even look at him. I couldn't look at him. He was trying to get me out of the song. I couldn't get out of it.
I'm like, we can get anytime. I'm like, let's end this.
Because you gonna keep playing that line forever or what? But finally, I got out of it. I don't know how. Pull the ripcord.
All right, I'll ask you this question to you since you're a big Kiss fan. Who's your favorite Kiss person?
Ace.
Ace?
Yeah.
You're not going to go with Gene?
No, I like Gene.
Yeah. You ever meet any of them while you're in LA?
Nope.
No?
My brother met him.
Really?
You remember Music Magic that was at the Plaza?
Yeah.
Mike that ran it. Remember the blonde girl that Sessa used to work there? The hot blonde?
Yeah.
She took my little brother to go see him.
Really?
And they had backstage passes and he met them all.
What?
And
Where at?
so Carr, the drummer that ended up dying, I don't know where it was at. He looked at my little brother backstage and he thought he was Elliot from E.T. He said, Elliot, E.T.
Hell yeah.
I would say yes. You can call me anything you want. I don't care. Yeah.
Eric
So-
Carr, that was his name. Yeah.
So, Rodney, what was the first band that oh, you said something about the
He played at 14.
yeah, exactly. But the first band that you put together.
Brother Orchid was a band that in the 90s, White House, all original. Well, not all original. We played covers too, but we did the covers the way we wanted to.
You were always in a pretty much. You said you don't like playing original. I mean covers.
Cover,
You don't like playing covers. So
Mm.
all your bands you were ever in, it was basically original.
I tried,
You tried.
but no, they're not all of them.
Yeah, but I mean, pretty majority of them.
If I was going to do it, they would be.
That's interesting though, because isn't it harder around the places that you guys play or places that you guys get into back in the day? Isn't it harder to get into because you're
Yep.
playing original?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the places don't want to hear original songs.
Nope.
They
You
don't.
just in the blues, you don't have to tell them because most of the time nobody knows what the hell you're playing anyway. They just hear the rhythm.
Yeah.
They all they care about is the rhythm.
And
Damn, that's a fucking loophole.
that is true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And but I take it different the way I write my songs. It's not 3-chord blues, it's 10 chords, 4 versions of the same chord, whatever. And
And it's always fun to try and learn those things
Damn, that's a fucking
because
loophole.
there's structures to things that makes it what it is.
Yeah.
And he takes it and moves it around. And nothing that he writes is like normal.
That's smart, actually. I think he's right. Most people don't know what blues music is or where it came from and who's played it.
Exactly.
So they think, oh yeah, that's not original. That's a cover probably.
It's
Yeah. Huh.
dance fever. It's got a good beat, Danny, but you can't dance to it. Danny Terrio.
Damn, I never thought about that.
You just have to play songs that people can relate to. And you watch it. And I watch writing originals. You know, I've let some go, like they weren't connecting, and they don't connect the same people, the same places.
Yeah.
But like Bill, when the first time he came to see us, he said, I was sitting there watching you guys play, and you were playing cover songs, and then you played your own music, and everybody stopped and started watching you and quit talking.
They did.
I'm like, that's how you do it. You start writing music until you get people's attention.
I can see that. I mean, that doesn't make sense. It does. I mean, people, when they hear a cover, they'll dance to it for a little bit, and that gives them a break. When you hear your songs, it gives them to hear what your song you're playing and how you act to it, because you guys do perform. Like you do play the instrument and you walk around and you start dancing, or you're doing something with your wife and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's interesting how you play the guitar because you're doing something and they watch you.
It's because I'm drunk.
90% of the time.
She tells me, she said, I know you don't want, because I don't want to drink and play anymore. I want to try and get to a higher level.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't do it. You need a drink. It's like, because nobody likes you when you're sober.
Well, that's why you have her, isn't
it? When we had the whole horn section and everything, we'd rehearse and everything, and they didn't see, weren't in it for what I was in it for. So it was a party. They're going to drink, they're going to do whatever, smoke and do whatever, and they'd get so wasted, some of them, that didn't know where, like what we talked about earlier, you know, face planted in the microphone, whatever, don't know where they're at.
doing the Larry.
And I had enough. So I got to rehearsal. We rehearsed at a really nice place at my friend's house. I got there 2 hours earlier, and I was just slamming drinks and shots and drinking. And by the time they got there, we played the whole rehearsal. I said, you guys, how'd it sound? Is everything all right? It's like, did I screw up? Was everything good? They're like, no, it was fantastic. I said, well, let that be a lesson to you. I can drink all the hell I want, but you guys can't, because you don't know how to act when you're drinking. But on return, have you ever come to River's Edge when we played down there?
Yes, I did.
I would get so wasted. I didn't know. They'd had to take me home sometimes.
Really?
But down there, Dawn and what's her husband's name? Phil.
Phil.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Phil always bought everybody shots after he
Mhm.
got really drunk. All of
Yeah.
a sudden,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do some shots. Oh, okay, Joe.
Jägermeister.
Yep, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's do some Jaeger. I said, let's do some tequila. You do Jaeger. I'll do tequila. He said, all right. Anybody taking you home? I said, I don't know. I can walk, but it's gonna be a long walk home.
Yes.
Especially after he just kept
He doesn't stop,
buying.
don't
he?
No.
Oh man.
He
Oh, Phil.
could drink.
Yeah, he could drink.
Oh, definitely.
Man, I seen him pass out at the bar, wake up and says, Jaeger. And all of a sudden go put his head back down and put his head back down and went, dude, where'd that come from? I thought you were sleeping. So yeah. Then there was Don just shaking his head at him. Dude, I remember those days. I kind of miss that place because that had a great view at night. Great view
Well,
at night.
Thinking about that, you saying you're walking, because you'd have to walk back here to St. Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about Babes when Babes was down there.
Oh, the original
That
base?
was all originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Babe and my dad were friends, yeah. I go in there and kind of like Babe and Ron Heidi that own the White House. Damn it, Mills, don't get in trouble tonight.
Do you miss the White House?
No, not really.
I don't either.
Yeah. It was a
don't.
great thing. And would I go hang out there? I spent every weekend there for I don't know how many years. I was there, kicked out every other weekend. Ron throw me out. You ain't coming back in here, Mills.
Oh, I'll see you next week.
Yeah,
What did you do to get kicked out?
whatever.
Yeah.
Just causing trouble.
we were playing there one time in the Brother Orchid band, and I was running across the tops of tables, kicking everybody's beers off the tables.
That'll do it.
And that was a night train night because they used to sell a bottle. You could get a bottle of night train there.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah.
You can do that.
hmm
Yeah.
Night train. You know what night train is, Joe? All right, let's make sure.
Yep.
That stuff will put you in the dirt, man.
Yeah. It's a whole bottle.
I tried drinking Wild Irish Rose for
Ooh,
Christmas.
That's another one.
They had one sitting there, and I tried taking a drink. I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe we drank this.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
I do
Yeah.
that now with drinks. I'm thinking, damn, what did I do this in high school and in my 20s? Why did I drink this shit?
Yeah, man. That was
We were talking about the other day. What's one of them like?
that was a cheap drink of choice.
Mad Dog and
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Mad Dog, yeah.
Everybody brings up
Yeah,
the Mad Dog
20,
too.
yeah. Yeah.
There was
Mad Dog
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah, sir.
there was a
Yes,
bar
sir.
in Sturgis
Yes,
called
sir.
the Rusty Nail or the Nail or whatever. I
Yeah.
can't remember, but we went there, and all I remember is we were drinking Mad Dog and eating Oreo cookies, and it did not turn out
Oh,
good.
good God.
Holy crap.
Holy
I
Christ.
tried the shit afterwards. Now I try to have the stuff that I used to drink. I'm thinking, Jesus, what was I doing at 18 years old? Fuck this. I can't do it.
Bottle of cold duck.
Yeah. I also tried like Boone's Farm. I'm like,
Boone's,
what?
Boone's is still good though.
No,
I
not
like
to
Boone's
me.
Farm.
I can't do it. But I love wine, so I just like this is like not what I
Oh
thought
my
it
God.
But
was.
it's not wine. It's Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
Back to the late 80s, early 90s. Holy shit.
Well, we were talking about like aftershock that with the crystals in it.
Oh,
Oh,
don't talk about that crap.
you get a gallon of Ernest Gallo
Oh,
with your finger in the little hoop.
Well, that's what made me think of this stuff.
No, don't. Yeah, no,
I can't drink this one. I don't know. how
those
to do
days
it.
well behind me.
What's
I
that
tell
one?
you.
Oh, this one's someone brought in barefoot. She thought I was drinking still, and she didn't know I was on my lint. So she brought this whole thing and said, "Here, we're doing drinks with me." I said, "Okay." Yeah, I didn't drink it. I'm calling it out now. I didn't drink it. I put it down, and we got a different cup when you went to the bathroom.
Yeah, you.
So
were
I didn't
trying-
break
yeah,
it.
You try to play that off, but
Yep.
she knew you didn't drink it.
She didn't drink during the whole show. She
She
drank
was
it.
too busy talking.
No, because she wanted to be a good person because she couldn't cuss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was good. All right.
But for you guys, what are your favorite top 5 musics that inspired you? Songs. Stop songs. I like to hear this.
To me, those questions are horrible
Why?
because music is a mood.
Ooh, I like that.
It depends on what mood you're
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
It's
Right.
what's your
See?
favorite color? I'm like,
See?
well, what's it on?
There
I'd
you
like to have a green Jaguar, a red Ferrari, and a black Porsche. So I don't know what are you talking
go.
about.
Sweet. An honest man. See, James, this is the first time we had an honest person here. I like
It
that.
is.
You
Yeah,
gotta step
music
up,
is.
though.
It is in the
all about
mood.
mood. Yeah, it's all
That's what
about
I
mood.
always say too.
But absolutely,
I
you
like
know,
that.
Charlie Parker, you know, if you want feel like doing some heroin and just bugging out, you listen to Charlie Parker. Same Chet Baker or you know, like the Dead. I never got into the Dead. I appreciate them as musicians, but I just couldn't I didn't get the whole thing. But I was never I smoked weed, but it wasn't
Yeah.
my scene, you know.
Do you think music's changed now?
No, people have changed.
Yep.
You
That's
say
a good
yes, but
answer.
you,
That's a really good answer.
that's I like
That's
his
a really
answer
good
too. Wow, I
That's a really
like
good
that.
answer,
So
man.
you think yes that music's
People changed.
People's change. Oh, so you're going with people's change?
hmm
Yeah, I think so. I see. I think so too. I don't think music is how it was back in the day at all, ever.
No, because we're not listening to Glenn Miller anymore either,
Mhm.
yeah.
even though I have Glenn Miller records.
Everyone thought Led Zeppelin was devil music.
Yeah.
Go listen to some rap now.
Well, even
Well,
Ozzy, they thought Ozzy was devil music too.
And
so-
his favorite band was the Beatles.
Yep.
So I like that answer. That's a deep answer. if you think about it.
That is really that's actually a good answer because, like you said, music is about the mood,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's all about what mood you're in to listen to whatever you're going to listen to. You may want to listen to some opera.
Yeah,
at one point in time.
absolutely.
Yeah.
When I was plowing in the winter, I'd put on the Spotify playlist. It would be Japanese opera one night, and then next night it would be country guitar players or whatever. Just
Wait a minute.
however I felt like plowing snow.
Wait a minute. You say Japanese opera?
Yeah.
What the hell is Japanese opera?
Opera in Japanese.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, do you understand it?
No. Dude, I
Do
listen,
you understand
was-
any
I was
opera?
married.
Doesn't
No.
matter.
I understand
I was
opera,
married to
yes.
a Japanese girl for a
I
while.
knew this was coming.
Were
I
you
can't
really?
wait
in
to
LA.
hear this.
Yeah.
Is
No,
going to be
we're not-
good.
That's
This is good.
that's the other incident.
This is good.
No,
you
we're
got to
not-
listen
we
to
can't
this.
talk about
Can't
it.
talk about it. Oh,
It's a
damn,
no,
come
don't-
on. Come on, man.
I would just be getting out of a life sentence. I'd be up for parole again right now. That woman drove me crazy. I can tell you that I was sitting in the bathtub in my underwear with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and she kept driving me more crazy. So I was walking downtown LA on the east side of LA, where all the fun stuff happened, all the porn theaters and everything, in my underwear in a rainstorm with a bottle of Jack one night.
Seriously?
Oh yeah. I would actually too, when she came home. We got married. She needed a green card and I needed a place to live because I was going to be a rock star. So
It's a fair trade.
Yeah. but it didn't work out that way. She was, once we got married, is like, any girl that called, she's barely spoke English. So, so my friends would call, they go, Rodney has a red bicycle. Okay. And hand the phone, it's for you.
For you.
And then if a girl called, she'd scream at him and slam the phone down. I'm like, hey, this is business, man. We're doing green card here. I'm that one guy, and you're the girl. You know, we just got to learn what toothpaste I have.
What my favorite color is at the time.
And so I would get on the RTA and leave out LA, like go to Santa Monica or to the beach, whatever, down there, Santa Monica, I think it was, with a bottle of whiskey. And I'd get off at every exit and drink with hobos or drink with homeless people. Pass it around,
Yeah.
wait for the next bus to come on, get on and keep on riding.
But you
Man.
met some interesting characters doing that stuff.
That's kind of cool. Makes me think.
You want to go drinking with a hobo? Sounds like a plan, Joe. Let's start that next week.
You gotta bring bleach wipes now, though.
Keep that hygiene up if you're going to hobo it.
Does it have to be whiskey though?
It'd be whatever you want.
Yeah.
All right. How about I give him the whiskey bottle, me the bottle of wine?
No, you guys can drink from the same bottle. It's not the
That's
same.
the essence of it.
Yes.
Damn, that's
You're
pretty-
sharing life.
Brotherhood.
Build that immune system.
Oh, no. Still sounds fun. Still sounds fun. I mean, my thing is, it's amazing that the life that you lived so far in your life, because you're still young at heart, you're still living a great life.
It's catching up.
Everything's always catching up, and what you accomplished and how you play the guitar, you could feel when you play the rhythm, how you play it, and what you've been through. That's what inspires me to do everything. It's phenomenal how you play. Like he said, the first time he heard you nonstop. I mean, that's awesome. And the same thing for me. When I see you play, you could see the feeling that you play behind every single note.
When I was in rehearsal with him, it was like I forget, it was Saturday. I'm just trying to learn. I'm coming down there. Rodney's ripping me. And one day I came down in the basement and he was just playing, I don't know what it was, some arpeggios and just ripping. And I came downstairs and I just looked at him and he looked at me and he goes, "What?" I go, "I quit." I went upstairs. But you know what's really cool is that I get to watch him play all the time.
It is.
And you know, I'm not kissing his ass because I don't really care. But he's a really good player. I've been around good players, and he's the best one I've been around. He's really good. He's a really good songwriter too, believe it or not. He is. I watched him write a song in the basement in 15 minutes,
A whole song?
beginning to end.
What song was that?
Get it right.
We got it right at one point.
Maybe once.
I can never remember the beginning words. Like I write these songs so quick, and then there they are. And like, all right, but
Now, what goes into your songwriting process?
Pain.
Suffering.
a feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I heard a Robert Cray song, you know, like, this is going to be my Robert Cray song. This is my ZZ Top song. Even though they don't sound like them, you could still, if I told you, you'd go,
Oh,
all right.
Oh.
They all come together.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the Get It Right is basically a child growing up in a broken home with an alcoholic father that's a preacher, and he kills his father for his mother because he was beating his mother.
And this is all in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I just said
You did it all in 15
most
minutes?
almost all my lyrics are religious in some form. Almost all of them. And probably all of them if I think about
Yeah,
it.
no pun intended. The holy shit. Sorry, but yeah.
And I didn't
It is Holy Week.
I
You
didn't
know
really
that,
put
right?
it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I did, yeah.
I didn't put it together.
That's
The
my last
Resurrection
one.
Blues Band is being religious. When I did, I'm like going, I meant something else.
Wow.
But it comes together.
Very interesting. That's interesting.
And we
It-
became more blues rock because every bass player, the drummer and everything, everybody's rock bass. I'm like, you guys need to learn to play bass because none of you, or blues, because none of you know what you're doing. It's like, you need to listen to blues. Turn Rock 107 off. Here we are
Yeah.
still. I mean,
Still Rock 107. Okay, guys, before we go any further, I'm going to do the top of the hour. Just 9 o'clock, guys. 9 o'clock. First hour is over. Third Eye Truth Air podcast. If you guys are watching YouTube, please hit the like, subscribe button, and leave a comment. We love you guys forever. Guys, I am James Gill, your host for the Third Eye Truth Air podcast. This is Joe Hill, my co-host, and our guest tonight, Rodney Mills, and my man right here, William Stone. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I had to look at the
It's
paper
okay,
again.
Eugene.
Yeah, he had to memorize who was coming on the first
Yeah.
time. So then
Yeah.
when you surprised him, he said, "Oh shit, I gotta remember another one."
Well, let's get back to the show, guys.
So, all right, for this, I just want to know, of all the places you guys played so far, what's your favorite place? Locally or not locally, it doesn't matter. I mean, because you guys go all over, from all the way down, like I was telling you guys earlier. I've known you guys go all the way down to the Slippery Noodle down in Indianapolis. From Indianapolis to wherever you guys play up here, what's your favorite place? Do you have one?
Sandbar.
You don't have to kiss his ass.
I'm not. He knows what I'm going to say.
He knows you're still, you guys are going to play this, so you don't have to tell him that.
Sandbar is his favorite. You better not, Peg, if you're listening. I think you need to attend the Sandbar show.
But Acorn was a good place to play. Actually, yeah, there was a couple places we played that was really cool. But the thing, I think, when we get in certain places, we have to play a certain way, and in other places we can kind of let it hang out there a little bit.
Sandbar is one of them.
Sandbar is one of them. We,
Not the Sandbar here is Sandbar in Saugatuck.
Saugatuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a long night.
4
And,
hours.
Yeah, it's a long night,
I
and
like it there too. That's a nice sample.
you know what's the people there are really cool. I think. And we played, what was that, in August or something. What was it? Venetian night, I think. And I didn't know that, and it was the first time I had played there, except for when we played there for James Reeser's thing. Remember that? So we went to play, and so I was not familiar with it at all. And the people started coming in, and it was packed in there. It was like sardines packed. And we were playing, and they were 15, 20 people out the door. And I had a wireless. So I got into like walking in the audience just a little bit here and there. And so we were playing some song. I forget what it was. And I just went out on the dance floor, and this is R-rated. So went out on the dance floor, and I kind of doing this Chuck Berry thing with the bass, down there. We were playing something simple, so it was easy for me to do. and then all of a sudden, I felt a hand come up between my legs and grabbed a hold of my stuff, and had the other hand on the top of the guitar, and her head was right here by my head. And the crowd was like going, yeah. And then when she did that, they went like that. And they can't see because I'm down on the floor in this place, and I'm playing. I'm like, well, how am I going to get out of this situation? And so I turned to her and I go, hey, honey, listen, you got to let go of me because I got to go back up there. And she goes, all right. And she licked the whole side of my face. And so I get loose from her and I walk up, and Rodney's giving me that look like, what happened? Because the crowd went like that. So something happened. I go, I think I was sexually molested. And he goes, welcome to rock and roll, man.
And another time we played there, a girl decided she was going to show. I don't know what kind of aura I give off, but women don't come up to me. All their husbands do. They want to talk about their guitars and what I'm playing, and that's all cool. And they all come up to everybody else in the band. Well, this one fine lady, she decided to show us that she could stick her entire fist in her mouth.
What the hell?
Right in front of Bill. It's like, I could stick my fist in my mouth, and she shoved her whole hand into her mouth.
She goes, can you play Van Morrison? I go, get out of here. Do we look like a wedding band to you? And she went and sat down. She was all like dejected looking, like this. And then she came back and she went in front of me and she was like, listen, will you play Van Morrison if I stick my whole fist in my mouth? And I go, what? And then she did it right in front of me.
So did you play it?
And Rodney turned and looked at me and goes, what? Like that. And she went and sat down. I go, wait a minute. I stopped everything. I go, hold on a second. I go, I'm going to have to go to confession on Saturday because of you. Come over here to show everybody what you just did to me.
You stopped the whole show.
I stopped the whole show. And she turned around and did it. And the audience went, ooh, like that.
Bill has had a problem. I've had to correct him on this. Do not ask people, hey, it's request time. What would you like to have? Like, you never ask people that because we don't know it.
Yeah,
we're not that kind of a band.
It's kind of hard because you people scream out probably the 3 songs. Of course, you're gonna hit the Freebirds. But besides that,
that's not what
probably
we get.
Brown Eyed Girl.
I've had that before.
No,
Sweet Caroline.
no.
Heard that one too.
Well,
Yeah, I was
I've
gonna
heard
say.
all those, but that's not what we get.
No,
Really?
I've heard them.
What-
I would say yeah.
other people in the band that we've gotten them.
Yeah. What's the maybe Journey?
Yeah, and we have gotten at Sandbar here at Tom's Sandbar. We got Taylor Swift,
That's it. Taylor
Seriously?
Swift. Taylor Swift.
and I'm like, yep, we can do it. Next song, Taylor Swift. I don't know what we
He
played.
played ZZ Top.
And they're like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
wait
not
a minute.
Taylor Swift. I'm
Wait a
like,
minute.
you're right.
People
It's
really
not.
scream Taylor Swift to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I
As a
do
joke,
it. I do it because I'm taking up time.
Yeah.
The more crap I can speak, the less songs we have to play. So I just
That's
they're
a
not
great
just like
strategy.
it's like
Well,
diarrhea.
it's
just
not
rolls
that-
out.
The last songs we got to play is that he's still learning. Was still
Yeah.
learning.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't know anything. It's
Yeah,
like I could just make things up,
yeah.
but then I got to go
It's B
into key of
Oh.
B. Damn it.
and C. It's E. E. You mean B? No, E.
And
E.
we were at the Round Barn, and these girls asked if we could play B-52s.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that one for you guys.
And I said, "You want to hear Rock Lobster?" And they're like, "What's that?" I said, "I'm not no Limburger. Why won't you dance with me?" And they're looking at me funny. I'm like, "So you want to hear B-52s, but you don't know who they are?" They got pissed off. I think they left. They wanted to hear Tin Roof, whatever the
Oh, yeah.
busted.
Yeah.
I'm like, does it look like we know the B-52s? Come on.
That's
You know, we had a little run in the summer, and I think it started at the Fountain in South Bend, Friday by the Fountain.
At the Moore Civic
Yeah.
Auditorium, yeah.
yeah.
It was 100 degrees there when the humidity was really high,
Not good.
and it's like in a bowl of cement,
Yeah, it is.
and we were set up high, and I wore black that day, which was
Oh.
brilliant.
Yeah.
He said it was brilliant. Good job.
And I walked out too a little bit, and by the time we got done with that, it was a short show too. It was like 40 minutes, an hour. Was an hour?
90 minutes,
90.
Yeah.
Completely drenched. I mean, just done, right? And the sun's pounding. And I started walking back to my SUV, and all of a sudden things are getting a little bit wavy. I started shaking, and holy shit.
Timber.
And I put my stuff in the van or my SUV, and I pulled up, and everybody got packed in. And I was supposed to meet somebody for lunch there. And I went into a place, and I kind of wobbled in and sat down, and they're like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "I don't think so." And the woman who was a waitress there, she was an RN formerly. And so she started bringing me ice water and potato chips with salt and that and all that. And I had gotten a heat stroke from the show. And then I found out later, my bandmates, both of them,
We all got it.
got it.
Really? I was supposed to go to a party with the Whiskey Retreat Band
Oh yeah.
and go hang out with those guys. And I got to the mall there on Grape Road. And I'm like, man, I'm going to throw up. I pulled over in a parking lot, got underneath a tree, and that's where I went to sleep for a little bit. And then I went home. I'm like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
And Scott told me later he was sick that day too.
Man.
But none of the
great.
three of us said anything. But I bought bananas and Pedialyte to handy map because we had to play
Hand
the next
map.
hand map. Sorry,
Handy map.
hand map the next day.
Yeah, that's up in Battle Creek. where
Battle
we're
Creek.
playing.
Mhm. And we were outside again on the back of a truck. And I said, "Here, drink this." Rodney said, "No, I'm not drinking that."
Give me one of them porters over there. Oatmeal cookie stout. or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
So the place that I'm kind of curious you guys played at, because I'm trying to get him to go to this place because of the history of it, is Martha's.
Oh yeah.
I love Martha's.
Yeah.
I love that place. When I saw a lot of blues players play there, and so he loves blues music. So
Oh yeah, I do.
Are we there on the 10th, May 10th?
dude, I love that place.
I think May 10th, right before the Slippery Noodle, I think.
Did you guys sign the wall?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. You'll
Is that the one that's a house?
yeah, it looks like a
Yeah.
little house. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's
May 10th, yeah.
Martha's Midway Tavern.
Long history.
Yeah, dude, that thing is awesome. I was telling him about the history of the place, how it's what is it, fifth generation, sixth generation?
Grandma and grandpa, third. So
Third?
grandma and grandpa that came here to America. I don't know if it was,
Yeah.
they made it a flower shop at one point, or it was a deli, and then a bar, and then Prohibition, and went to something sandwich shop, maybe like that or something.
Yeah.
And then Albertina, the daughter of the mother and father who started it, she took it over, I don't know, 60 years or whatever. She ran it forever. And then Susan Wassenhoven, Albertina's daughter, runs it now. Yeah.
See, I love that place. That's why I went there for Old Harv's. I think it's his 75th birthday.
Oh yeah, I saw that on
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, it was a blast, and especially listening to his show back in the day,
Yeah.
and how long he had it.
It's still on.
It's still on.
We just don't get it here. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm like, you need to turn the juice up on that antenna because it does not reach my house.
Yeah, it doesn't hit it very hard anymore. Like it
We were in the
used to.
studio with him before last time we played, I think.
Really?
Mhm. We got locked out.
Really?
Middle of winter, got locked out of the studio. He got locked out
Yeah.
just before it was going to go on air.
Yeah.
Freezing cold. We can't get in. We're trying to take the doors off the hinges to get in there. Whatever.
Old Harv, man, that's still an awesome place, and I'm trying to get them to go there because you wouldn't even know it's there because
No,
it's looks like a house like all the rest of them in the area.
it's a house until you get inside.
Yeah, until you
Yeah.
get inside.
It is a house.
Yeah.
Until you get inside and you go into the back part
Yep. And when they
where
open
the
up
music's
door,
at, and you're like, oh,
where open up the sliding doors.
Al Capone used to go there. And
Yep.
Slippery Noodle's another one.
Yeah, I like Slippery
That's a
Noodle.
cool place.
But that is a true blues.
They don't get
yeah.
a lot of people don't come there anymore.
I don't know why.
They don't
It's
get
a nice
they don't get a
place.
crowd.
It's a nice place. I mean, maybe because it's. Do you guys play in the back bar area or the front?
Back.
Back.
Where? At,
What, the Noodle?
Noodle. Oh, no, Noodle.
Noodle gets
No, we're in
people.
the front right now.
Front.
It's Midway doesn't get a lot of people anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No.
See, I just.
And they have rock bands in there now. So
Oh, maybe that's why. But there's not a lot of blues bands out there anymore
Nope.
like there used to. Because what for the locally around here is there's only a 3. You, JR. Do you count Duke? Or is he more rock?
Duke's,
More
he's not from here. So
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying locally we get up here and
blue-
play.
yeah.
Is he more? Would you consider Duke more bluesish or
he's blues,
bluesish rock?
but
Yeah.
he's a blues. He's a different kind of blues rock.
Yeah. So yeah, those only 3 that I know that play around here locally that play around here, and instead of having to go out skirts and find
Yeah,
somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys go pretty far. You guys really have. You guys go all the way from what Battle Creek? You just said.
Yeah, we'll be playing in Lansing too. So
Yeah, we are. Mhm.
So how do you get the gigs? Do you just keep
call,
cold
email,
calling and
email,
Yeah.
hundreds of emails. When I work for MDOT, so in the wintertime, at nights, if we're not doing anything, I'm sending emails left and right.
Oh, you're like me when I try to find people to come on this. That's what all I did today was kept on sending it and planning out the next
Yep.
3 months.
That's all you can do.
It's
I hope they call back or get back to you.
it's more getting back to me. Then when they get back to me, did I have that date? I said, yes, you had that date. Come on. Okay. Yes. You already said yes to it. No, don't do this to me now.
You know, this time when we play at the Noodle, JR's playing the other side.
Really?
Yeah.
So the drummer that we have is his drummer,
You guys, you really.
and we're going to play every gig up to just before the Noodle with him. So we got to get somebody else to get for that one.
So we have somebody in mind.
Oh, yeah. JR's band is pretty.
Oh, they're
They're
Badass.
He
They're
could
pretty
he
good,
could
man.
play. He could
Yeah,
play there
pretty good.
too.
Yeah.
And but you guys are different than him though.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays more.
totally different.
Yeah, he plays more. I say more covers ish than you guys do.
But that's only because he can't get his band to rehearse too. So
It's jammy.
yeah,
and
he wants to play all. He's got
Yeah.
lots of originals. He's got 4 or 5 albums, and
Yeah,
good
he
songs
gave me a couple of CDs of his own.
and good music. But he's got to get the other guys to learn his music, and
he's what, a 5-piece band?
it depends.
Depends. Is it?
Yeah.
When he plays the sandbars,
Well,
four.
he's got now he's got a guitar player with Willie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5 now.
Mhm.
Do you miss having more people in the band?
No.
Now-
More headache.
More-
I miss the sound. I want that big sound. Yeah, absolutely. But it's a headache. There's
It's
One of
like
the-
trying
one-
to coordinate 5 cats to do
one
something.
of the bass players we had called this a musical desert, this area.
Yeah.
We're right here in Chicago. We got no Chicago quality musicians here really that really want to play. Everybody's retired or I only want to do it. I don't want to play after 10 and I don't want to travel. I don't want to do this and whatever. Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids still got a lot of players though.
So with all the music that you guys play in all the area, do you want to stay more local or do you like traveling out?
Want to travel.
You want to travel?
It's the only way to get the original music out there for people to hear it. If you're going to be more, you got to travel. If all I
Really?
wanted to do is play here, then I wouldn't write songs. I'd just
Right.
learn everybody else's stuff and stay right here.
So how far would you want to go?
How far you got to go? We go to Singapore, where you want to go.
So when you book things, because people always ask, I always ask this question: do you ask for more, or get a hotel room, or do you have to get the hotel room, and or do you drive back? Because that's
Yes
a drive.
and no.
That's a 3-hour drive down.
Some
to
of us
Indy.
drive back and some of us don't. So when we played at the Noodle, I got one of the finest 5-star resorts.
And you know what? Let me tell you. And you know how I knew it was one of the finest hotels in Indianapolis that
You
day?
can't tell you. I don't know what's there. I'm
Which
just
one
trying
did
to
you
find
stay at?
things. It was in the back
Go ahead,
parking
Bill,
lot
tell
of a
it.
truck stop.
I was driving up on the place. I always know when things are going really well. Rodney says the same things. So I'm driving up and he calls me. He says, "Hey, where are you right now?" I said, "Well, I'm getting close to it." He goes, "It's all you've ever dreamed of."
So you know he's full of shit, huh?
I'm like,
I'm like, oh,
I'm like,
no.
you wanted to be in a road band. This is what it feels
This
like.
is what it's like. And I pulled in and there was a food truck cleaning out
This grease
its
pit.
grease pit into the thing. And then I was walking past, there's a guy taking his engine apart
with
in front
a
of
pit bull
with a
chain to
pit
the
bull
back
chain
of his
to the
truck.
back of his truck. And then I was walking around the other side of the building and there was like daytime zombies walking through with, they look like death warmed over. And then our former
There's
drummer,
a lot of those in India.
our former drummer was standing there and I said, "Okay, where's my room?" And he handed me the key. I opened the door, flies flew out of the doorway. I went into the bathroom, I looked and I seen some things crawling around. I looked at the bed and I'm like, "I ain't staying here."
Oh, you didn't stay?
Here you go. I handed him the key.
So
I
you
go, "Hey, you know what? Let's go see Rodney." And Rodney had the suite.
Newly remodeled, big room. They had closets.
All you ever dreamed of.
All I
Did
he
you have
ever
the-
dreamed of.
Did you have to walk in little heart shaped bathtub?
That would have been awesome. See,
Vibrating bed.
neither one of them have done this before. It's been a long time since I've done it in a band, but I've done it traveling where like, whatever, I'm staying here. There was no carpet on the floor, number one. That was good. The air conditioner worked and the lights worked. You turn the lights, every light in that room on, and you never shut them off. And you turn the air conditioner all the way down and you put your clothes in the bathtub or you hang them.
Why hang
Flip
them?
because cockroaches aren't
Oh,
going
okay.
to get in.
I was trying to
your
figure out.
clothes.
I was picking all this in my head. I
Follow
was.
along, Joe.
I was trying to figure out.
If
why
you turn
hang
all
them?
the lights on, they won't come out.
Yeah.
Or they'll randomly
Exactly.
not too many will come out.
I-
And you make it cold.
I understood the getting cold. I understood the whole light thing. But I was like, why would they hang up your fucking?
Yeah, you want the roaches on your clothes, man.
They'll go in the room next door. They won't stay in
Screw
yours.
that shit.
Nope.
All those clothes are coming, and I'm sleeping in all my clothes.
Oh, I
while I
did.
get in that
Boots,
bed.
I
And I'm sleeping on top of the covers.
I flipped the bed. I looked through that, pulled the sheets off. I'm like, yep, I'm good because I've been drinking all night. I'm staying here. Scott couldn't do it. He ended up driving back.
He drove back.
He
The
made it to about
cockroaches
were
2:30
waking
him up.
about 2:33 in the morning. He's like, I can't do this. He's like, I'm like, you shut the lights off, didn't you? He's like, yeah. Well, you don't turn the lights off.
That's when they come out.
Would you do it, James?
What's that?
Would you do it?
I've been down that road before.
Would you do it down now?
Now?
Yeah.
Probably not, man.
It's all
if
you've
I
ever.
had to, if I had to, yeah.
It's all you've ever dreamed of.
If I got the words, those words of confirmation, I was like,
That
all
when
right.
we played in Grand Haven too this year, those very words came out also.
Was
There's
it
nothing
worse?
in Grand
Yeah,
Haven,
well, it
though.
wasn't
Yeah.
like that. It wasn't
No.
that we were sleeping somewhere. It was
No.
where we were playing at.
So a tire at an auto center, where they change tires and work on cars.
Right.
Like, oh, this is awesome.
I was driving into town. I'm thinking, man, this is going to be a great theater wherever we're playing at, right? It's got to be Grand Haven, right? Ring, ring. Hey, how far away are you? I go, I'm just coming into town. He goes, it's all you've ever dreamed of.
I've heard this before.
And then he sent me a picture of a sign, a tire dealership sign. He goes, we're in the parking lot. I go, the parking lot? He goes,
Is that when
Yeah,
you've been?
we don't have a tent either. It's hot. We don't have a tent. We're sharing electricity from around the corner.
Oh, that's where you were playing in the
Yeah,
park.
Yeah.
that's where he's
Outside.
playing.
It was like a battle of the bands thing,
Yeah.
kind of like there was
Okay.
bands across the street. Oh, look, they're playing at a nice bar. Oh, look at the nice restaurant that band's at.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at a tire
We're
shop.
at a tire shop. It's like, it's like
Hey,
the
you got
kid.
paid.
It's like the
No,
kids at
not much.
Halloween and peanuts. What you get?
$25 a piece or something.
I got a chocolate bar. I got a sucker. I got a rock.
Well, I think I got the razor blade on that one.
But the one thing that did happen is I met my soon-to-be wife there.
Oh, there's a good story.
I just noticed the energy in here just went right down the
Oh,
table.
That's a good story. I was thinking, I love love.
I think I threw up a little bit in my mouth. I don't know what she sees in you, but
She's got bad sight.
She is 90.
Does she want her green card too? She wants her green card too, huh?
She just wants my dental from Medicare.
When I met Peg and she said that when I found out they were going to get married, I'm like, what? You must have been blindfolded, crippled, and drunk or something. What are you thinking?
You got bit by a cockroach, didn't you?
That's what happened.
That woman was blindfolded and drunk when she said yes.
You got bit by a cockroach. You turned the lights off, didn't you?
You know, I didn't want to say it, but Bill got upset about that night too when it all went down. You know, I said that. So he thought about drinking, and because he hasn't drank in 25 years, so sober 25 years. So he went down in the basement. He jumped out the window and tried to commit suicide, and he landed on top of his head. He was going to jump out the basement window.
Found out there was no basement, huh?
It was everything I always dreamed of.
So do you trust him when he says that now?
No.
How'd you meet yours?
What?
How'd you meet your wife?
My wife, we were, I don't know, 15 and down at the Scornia Beach, and she was with all of her girlfriends and doing what they did with their G-strings on, disrupting public. And me and Todd Batson, I don't know who Todd Batson and Chris Hill and all them guys were playing Frisbee or hacky sack or something. And I tried talking to her and she told me to get lost.
She told you to get lost.
She's a keeper.
So like, you know, what that, so then what, 15 years later, they said it wouldn't last. They said we'd never be together. We've been together now 23 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Todd, yeah.
That's the hurricane. Kelly the hurricane.
Yes.
Hurricane Kelly. Yep.
I know her sister too.
Uh-oh.
Which one?
Holly. Yes.
Uh-oh. A shiver went
I
through
used to
the
like
room.
her.
Used to like, yeah.
She scares me a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. I grabbed her by the throat and drug her up Frenchman Street, New Orleans one day. She tried to punch me. I'm like, you ain't going to touch me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen her knock a lot of guys
Oh,
out.
I've seen it too.
Yeah.
Seen it over here at the bar here next door one time. Punched a guy
Mickey's.
and Mickey's
Yeah.
punched him, and then she kicked him in the knee. Then when he went down, she punched him and then kicked him in the face or something.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
I know
That sounds about right.
I know how she operates.
We all have stories about her when she hits a guy. Yeah, when she used to work at the Getaway.
I was like, you won't do that to
She's a
me.
wild one.
Yeah, when she worked at the Getaway, I seen her come up to a guy. She was dancing. And this is back in the early 90s. She was dancing, and all of a sudden, I played a song for her. She comes on the floor, dances, and the guy tried to dance with her. And all of a sudden, bam! Popped him in the right on the top of the forehead because he tried to dodge it. Hit him on the forehead, knocked him down. Said, "I can do that. I work here, bitch." And she could start dancing all over him.
Wow. Wow.
We were good friends for a long time, and then things went south.
She has another sister though.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought she only had her.
Well, that's interesting. It's Western Michigan female fighting. That should be a thing, I guess. It's
You
something.
You said Todd and who?
Chris Hill, Chris Johnson, Tim Johnson,
Chris Hill, girl or guy?
guy.
Oh, okay. Actually, my mom's Chris Hill, so that made me kind of thinking you met my mom.
Who else would have been there? I know it was me and Todd.
Because Todd was actually, they're friends with Todd. That's how I know him, because through my parents. So, yeah, it's my world.
So, Rodney,
Small world.
what kind of guitars do you have?
You have a lot of guitars.
6-string.
The 6-string ones?
Mhm.
Yeah. What are the make of those guitars that you have?
Well, which one?
The ones that you have.
I have many.
They
Like right here, for instance, I have brought a 1938 Kalamazoo K11.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Pull it out. Let me see that thing.
I see the segue.
No,
dude.
you
the
know,
funny thing is, I like how he was interviewing himself.
No,
Yeah.
that's a lead up to the bringing out.
You are you.
They practiced this before they got here.
I think so. Too.
Ronnie is
This was in a dumpster.
Really?
mhm.
That was in a dumpster.
Yeah, a friend of mine gave it to me. It was not really playable.
Dude, you
and,
can really hear it.
Oh, we get a song, guys.
We can really hear that through this.
Yeah.
This is the first time we had someone play. Oh yeah, we can hear it.
Yeah, we can definitely hear it.
James.
Once I lived a life of a millionaire. Had lots of money, did not care. I took my friends out for a good time. Bought bootleg liquor and champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. Lost all my friends, I had nowhere to go. I get my hands on $1 again. I'm gonna squeeze it till the eagle grins. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. I can't remember the last. There we go. Yeah. This is a
So you
good
found
guitar.
that at a dumpster?
A friend of mine did, and it was pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
And I got a luthier, a friend of mine too, that he repairs everything. He took the neck out, reshaped the neck. He's like, there's these little problems with. He's like, you want me to fix all that stuff? I'm like, absolutely not. That's where that guitar needs to be. Cracks.
Scratches, yeah.
Yep. He didn't want to do it anyway. He just wanted to make sure I didn't want to do it.
I just like how he said he doesn't like to sing, but he sings in the band though.
Well, I wasn't a singer.
I know.
Yeah.
But you have a good voice for it though.
Sometimes.
What do you got?
I had harps. I was trying to figure out what key was in, but of course it was too late. It
Sorry.
was C major. That's what happens when you're a bass player. You're always the last one to the party. So what I was getting at is,
I know he wants to know I mostly play Gretsch guitars
and
But-
why is that, Rodney?
because those are the ones I have at this time.
See, now if you guys are asking him those questions, he wouldn't answer that way. So
Well-
why don't you guys try it?
What am I supposed to ask him?
What kind of guitars? Yeah.
Gretsch.
Well, you know what?
What kind of
I saw
guitars do
these
you have,
Gretsch
Rodney?
guitars that Brian Setzer was playing. I was really intrigued. I really wanted to have one.
Is that the answer you're looking for, Bill?
No, it's a bullshit answer.
So Rodney, how many guitars do you have?
About 20 right now.
Jesus, really? Wow. What's your
You-
favorite guitar to play though?
Mhm.
It depends
It
on the day.
Depends on the day or
Is that a mood thing?
Yeah.
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 It depends on the song. It depends, on the mood. Depends on if it's staying in tune.
That's a big one.
So are they all like lined up and behind on a wall, all hanging up?
They were when we bought our house. We bought Kelly's grandpa's house, and I had a small bedroom about this big, and I had every guitar around the whole thing.
Oh, dude, that'd be kind of cool to walk into.
But they're not anymore.
It's got chills thinking about that. Actually, that'd be kind of cool.
Some of them are in there, but not all of them. The ones I don't play are hanging in there.
He's got a Gretsch. It's a Falcon, and he bought that. Was it last year?
I traded a 1971 gold top deluxe Les Paul for it.
Wow.
I hated that guitar. What a piece of crap. People like Les Pauls. I hate them. I don't like them.
You don't like Les Pauls?
No,
Why is that?
they're heavy. They're awkward. You can't sit down and play them. They're just awkward.
9.5 pounds.
Mine was 11, I think, 10 and a half or something.
That heavy on.
Oh yeah. Do you have any? Do you like playing the mandolin or anything?
No.
No.
I have one.
Banjo?
I had a nice banjo. It was called the Zombie Killer. It was
That's a
Daring
drink.
Zombie Killer. Had the whole ring was a chainsaw blade. All the frets inlays were chopped off hands and feet, and had blood splattered all over it.
Was it from the Deliverance?
It was actually designed after the Woody Harrelson zombie movie.
Oh, was it?
when he
Zombieland.
cracks
Zombieland?
the guy
Yeah.
with the banjo, the guy from Deering
Oh, that's right.
called it that, and it was cool and everything. And I sold that to get my first Gretsch.
That's kind of cool. So with all the guitars, you played every single one of them, or do you just want to collect them?
I play them.
You play them? See, I just wouldn't think I could play all of them all the time. I would think I just want to collect them.
So, you know,
Damn,
when
that's a lot of
these
guitars.
Gretsch guitars that you have, what kind of amp do you play through?
A small one,
One that's square,
one that works.
one that has knobs on
Gives
it,
you bland answers.
One that works.
a brown one.
One that works.
I was waiting for the answer. Yeah, square one with knobs.
None of them go to 11. Mainly, I play Carvin.
And why is that?
Who's doing this interview?
Bill's taking over. Where's the popcorn?
I got Swedish fish. Go ahead, keep going. Enjoy this.
Yeah, I got them by chance. It was just the amp I found, and I liked them. And every one of them, I've had to completely rebuild them. And now the red one also has got to be rebuilt.
No,
All the caps are shot in it.
you're kidding.
Nope. 20-year-old amps have a way of deteriorating.
I love that cabinet.
Bill, you look so excited. Really?
What kind of Bill? What kind of bass amp do you have this week?
I have a Mark IV now
And why?
because it farted, or the other one farted, and a G and K that would fart. So it's because I wasn't smart enough to know how to use it. No, they told me, the music world, said that if you're a beginning bass player, you should get a 15-inch speaker because you make a lot of mistakes and you can't hear them that well through a big speaker like that. But what I would do was I would walk out a little bit and get a little too excited and be banging on the strings, and it would make it fart. It was just, they had a bad sound of come out of it.
Or you'd set the amp like another bass player would do. They'd set their amps stage level, like this is our stage level, don't turn up again. But they'd roll their guitars back so they could turn them up whenever they wanted. And then they'd go off stage. Well, I couldn't hear myself. I'm like, well, that's not my problem. Your place is on the stage, not out there. If you can't hear yourself 40 feet away from the band, that does not mean turn up.
I want you to hear me though.
That didn't go over real
No,
well.
we heard you loud and clear.
That didn't go over well. And then, so I sold it, and I bought a Mark IV 210 combo, so it doesn't fart, and it's because it has 10-inch speakers in it, and I turned it all the way up to 11, and it's not farting. So we'll see how it goes.
So do you guys like, since you guys are still kind of, how generations moving on with guitars and all that, where now you can go cordless, do you guys still like going cordless, or do you like having a cord connected to you?
I like a cord.
You like a cord? Why though?
Purity and sound. I don't
Is
have to worry about the battery dying or it cutting out 5 feet away, which seems to do on my guitar.
So you like the cord and
Yeah.
having the cord connected? Is it so you're more the sound? Yes. Do you feel more grounded though?
No.
You like to leave. You like to.
He walks the dog.
Sounds
Like,
like
there he goes. Come here, boy.
You know what? It was.
I
It
think
was.
he's looking for his next crotch grab.
It was. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Hello. So yeah. So you know what? It kind of was like something that was like something that happened just during the year. I walked out with a cable, and then he walked out with me, and they liked it. And then we put on wireless for a little while. And Rodney was walking in from the sound man's booth, you know, when we were outside. And it kind of just went kind of different ways during the season. And then at the end, you know, there was, I would go out on one particular song or something instead of all the songs. So I like a wireless because I'm not tripping on a cable.
Yeah, I would get that too, because I would think if I ever played something like that, I would probably want to walk around myself just because I like to entertain the crowd a little bit more. But you're singing, so it's kind of hard for you to.
He's pretty tethered.
Yeah, I can see that. But when you are jamming, you do go out. Like when I see you up at say Right Bells, you don't leave that little area right there when you can have a chance to go walk around. You still play in the closer to the dance floor and then walk back. So I think you guys are very entertaining, especially anywhere I can see you guys. Love to see you guys outskirts. I always forget you guys play up at Saugatuck up there. I mean, that'd be a pretty cool place to go see you guys.
We're playing there May 25th.
It's late night.
Would be late night for me, but late night for you guys, but not me. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
You never been up there, have you?
Saugatuck?
Yeah, Saugatuck to see anybody play.
Well, I've seen people outside, like at the gazebo outside. That
Okay.
people play up there, but other than that, no.
No bar up there.
No.
See, I would love to see it go to that bar. That place is always busy too.
Yeah, it's a revolving door. So you play so long there because 1 minute it's packed and the people walk out, go to the next bar.
Yeah.
And you say you can take a break when if people aren't in here, you know, take a break or whatever. But as soon as they come back in, you got to start playing.
It is like irrelevant because that town does.
I think that's the only bar that's open late.
Oh yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
In town.
What was it? The Sam
Same
Bar?
bar,
Yeah.
So, it looks like a dive bar almost when you just walk out
Now,
on the outside.
Is it? I've been to a bar there. It was like an older bar. I mean, kind of dark looking.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the oldest
That's
ar
the
in
one. That's the
town.
one.
Yeah,
that's the
I've
one.
been there 100 years or something,
I've been there
or 90
before.
years.
Old wood fixtures and everything.
Yeah.
I've been there before. Yeah.
Yep.
I've had a lot of fun in there.
I bet you
I've
have.
had a
And
lot of
in the
fun.
wintertime, when you play there, there's a big radiator heat. And that's where the drummer is up against it.
Yeah.
And it's hot as hell.
Is it hard to find places to play in the winter, or locally or outskirts?
Yes,
For you
no.
guys?
The problem is getting there.
Or do you want to play in the
I
winter?
don't.
Because
I can't.
Yeah. Do you take the winters off then?
I got to plow
Yeah.
the highway.
Yeah. So you take the winters off.
Yeah.
See, well, thank God for you then. I like your job.
Keep those roads clear. Shit.
That's gotta be a tough little gig though.
You guys
Think
set
about
up for
it,
gigs this summer? I mean, I'm sure you guys got a lot of,
Oh yeah.
a lot of
They got
things
tons.
locked up.
I mean, shit. Every time I see them posting, they're always playing. It's not just the whole band; it's you or like. I mean, you haven't stopped playing since March.
No, we played in March at Park Theater
Oh yeah. Mhm.
and then started rehearsing to get everything going for the new gigs. And then, well, we need a new drummer. So we didn't rehearse for this last one this Sunday. So we've only played twice this year.
I only played twice, and I must be old pictures then.
Yeah.
'cause I keep
Yep.
seeing pictures of you guys playing,
That mhm.
or actually they might be up and coming shows. That might
That
be it, too.
and constantly putting
Yeah.
people engaged, you know,
What are you guys playing next?
Hand Map Brewery in Battle Creek.
Really? I've never been up that way. Is there a lot of places over there to play?
So apparently there is, but that's the only one I've ever been to.
You ever played at Bells, or would you want to play at Bells?
I've tried
You tried?
stuff to get into.
Is it harder for places that are always like Kalamazoo, Bells, or even South Bend, where they just want to recycle the top 5 bands that always want
That's
to
a
play?
lot of it.
That wow.
Bells is not the same because that's a higher talent pool there. A lot of them, every band I know, all my friends are playing Four Winds.
Yeah.
All my friends tell them, why don't you have them play here? They would do good here. And they're like, they want the tribute bands. They want cover bands. They want tribute. They want
Yeah.
pop rock. They don't
Something
want us.
up paced and yeah.
Oh no, you guys could play. You guys could probably get away with playing at the boat, Blue Chip,
What about the dock?
the dock.
The dock out there in Richland?
No, I don't know where that's at.
It's
Down
you guys would do great there.
Richland.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
we,
they
yeah,
have a
that's,
big crowd.
we just played there Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we did. Mhm.
Oh, well,
It was a very tough stage to play on
Tough.
with the sound system that we had.
Do you guys bring your own?
sound or-
No, they had a sound man.
Yeah,
in it.
that sound guy there.
Do you guys bring your own sound, or you guys?
When I have to, I'd rather not
Yeah, it's got to be.
That's
because it's a headache.
I bet. Do you
I'm
guys-
irritated. They've all been drinking or smoking or talking to girls, and I'm
Wait a minute.
I'm soaking wet, and my amp is still in the truck or something, and the PA is almost set up, and it's time to play.
Is there any places that you guys regretted playing at?
Yeah, yeah, but I won't say.
You know the name of the place, but just
Yeah.
give us this is what happened. Just give us a rundown.
It's smaller things. It's where you just like, why are we here? They don't want to hear us.
Yeah.
This isn't our place. I don't like doing parties
Really?
because we're not a cover band.
Well,
And we're not a rock and roll band or anything else. People, most people that come. So the people that booked you, us and our couple friends, we love the blues and would you guys play? But then when all the people get there,
They want
they don't want nothing to do with us.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
We
was-
played
other
we
people,
played
yeah.
a 4th of July party years ago, and they hated us. All the people's parents, loved it. Every time we took a break, the radio was on. When we start playing again, they wouldn't turn the radio off. Finally, we ended, and they turned the radio right up when we ended, and Come On Eileen came on, and they all went crazy. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, give me my money. It was
Yeah.
$2,000. I'm like, pay me, and
Hey,
we
yeah.
packed up and left.
Wow.
I hated it.
yeah, because I always think there's more money in the private parties than
There is.
Yeah.
But it's got to be something you want to do. Played another party, same thing. As soon as you're done, we got a DJ playing. I'm like, well, why don't you just have that DJ play all night?
All night
Because then
long.
you can listen to exactly what you want to hear.
Exactly.
Why are we here?
Yeah. Do you like playing at more wineries or stuff like that? Because that's what more around here.
No,
Our
I
people are
like
just-
playing at theaters.
Yep, theaters.
The Oak Theater
Yeah, like-
or Acorn.
Acorn,
was a nice
people
place.
pay to come see you. They are
Yes.
there to hear you.
Yeah.
At a winery, at a bar, most of them, they're for
They're
you
there.
to
Yeah.
be background music
Yeah.
so they can live their life.
I like that. I like his answers.
That's the truth.
That is a truthful answer too. I mean, that I could see that how you're saying that. Yeah, because you're just your background music, or they're just, or you might have a good following to
Yeah.
go to the winery.
Yeah.
but
Well, local bar,
Yeah.
we got great following there. Chalet's great.
Watermark.
Watermark is
Watermark,
great.
yeah, still trying to get them on.
Saugatuck being late, even though is great because people come in there because that is a music bar. They're coming there to hear music.
Yeah.
So they appreciate it. Some places people aren't coming there to listen to you.
Rye Bell's is a good place too.
They didn't call us this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he? I don't think he's called anybody though, because
I've seen a list of people playing.
I haven't seen the list yet for who's playing coming up there.
I don't think I would do it this year because the band's so broken up. That's a different thing. That's where I don't tell anybody what we're playing next. I just play.
Just make sure you got
Yeah.
everything in order.
And I'm like, you follow along, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to play and you guys follow.
You jump on my back, I'll carry you. It's okay.
Rye Bells was great.
got
I
you.
love playing there.
I'm-
But now with this parking down here too, that's going to be another issue. It's hard enough to park and get your stuff up that staircase.
Yeah.
Mhm.
See, that's one thing I'm still shocked. Even the food comes outside on those stairs half
Mhm.
the time. It's insane.
No elevator, nothing like that.
Well, they
No,
have
it
an
goes to the
elevator, but
second
it's
floor.
just a
Yeah.
teeny tiny one.
Oh, okay.
It goes
but-
to the second floor.
yeah, it goes to the second
That's
floor.
it.
But
Oh, wow.
with the rooftop, they carry the food outside, up the steps,
Yep.
into the place.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. I'm
Yeah,
shocked.
that's too much right there.
But with your stuff,
Was-
I didn't know that you had to carry up all the steps.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't
And
know
then
that at all.
try to park. Hopefully you get a
Yeah.
close parking spot.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So that means you have to leave, get there early, And if it's a nice sunny day out during the summer, it's really hard to park down there.
Especially with the new parking now. We can ask Paul when he comes back on. He's coming back on next month.
Yeah,
And Rye Bells is great too because you pull people off the street.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because,
yeah. Because you can hear it from. Yep, definitely.
see, that's what I liked about that rooftop. I can't wait when they start playing music again anywhere around here, because even the band shell, the rooftop, or whenever other places do it, because more places like who does Silver Harbor does some live music on Wednesdays.
Not anymore.
Not anymore either.
No.
They stopped. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
No, they did last year for a couple
Yeah.
weekends. But
Ours got rained out, so we didn't play.
that's only downfall. All those damn rains happening.
We done some good ones too in South Bend. The Potawatomi Zoo was good,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and Howard Park,
Where do you guys play at Potawatomi?
the band shell. It's outside the zoo. It's not in.
Oh, okay.
It's right in that park right outside.
I
Yeah.
haven't been there. I haven't
Okay.
been there forever. That'd be kind of a cool place to play.
You got any new songs coming along?
Mhm.
We just last one of this batch is just done. Broke Down in Clarksville came out,
Mhm.
and now I've got tons of songs. I just got to get back to studio and do them.
Yeah.
Where's your studio at?
Black Ops studio and Black Ops recording in Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. Aye.
Yep.
That's a little. Is that a big place or
No, it's
Can't
small. It's small.
is it
Private business, private studio.
nice?
Colin.
Colin Pompey.
I was gonna say. Oh, so when you do record, like he asked the last guy that we had on, do they just come to you, or do you write it down on a pad of paper? When you think of the songs, like you said, you wrote a song in 15 minutes. So in that 15 minutes, do you have like songs that's coming out to you left and right?
I used to. It's like I haven't had anything come out because I haven't really been inspired. And I also don't write new music when I've got 30 songs sitting there that we haven't put together yet.
Right, right.
So I don't
Yeah.
clutter my head with a new song when I know that I've got these that need to go.
The gig schedule is smaller this year, so we can get into the studio.
Is it harder not to think of the songs, but what key you want to put it in?
Yes.
Because that's what I
Because
would think would be hard. Not
Yes
think
and
of the
no.
songs.
You can put it in the same key and then it'll be monotone and every song will sound the same, but you'll be comfortable. So I try to play in every key I can. But most people don't do it because they can't sing in every key. I got to find out where, depending on the song, if I can sing it in that key or not.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Oh, another one. I know I wanted to ask you. You're about the only guitar player around here that plays behind his head.
It's hard to do that now. It's like, try to get your hands.
How'd you learn that? Just doing it?
Jimmy, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
So you just want to try it yourself?
Oh,
mean, how do you see? I just my eyes if I ever did that, I wouldn't. You have to reverse it, don't you, with your hands?
No, but you need a smaller guitar. A Strat or Telecaster is definitely the way to go. Bigger guitars, it doesn't work too good.
And this is why you have so many guitars.
Mhm.
So you can
Yeah.
do stuff like that.
I don't think I could do that. Could you?
I don't. First of all, I got to learn how to play.
Oh yeah, that's right. Recorder.
Yeah.
It helps to be well lubricated because the pain isn't so bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've got it back there and I'm like, all right, now I got to get it back from my head.
Yeah, that's what I'd be afraid of. I'll drop the damn thing.
You would. That's
Oh
a fear.
shit! I can reverse my hands. Wait.
Once you're in the this one, what's going on here? Yes.
How'd you do that one? How'd you be able to play that? With your thigh?
When
Was it really a girl grabbing you, or was it just your guitar?
it was a girl.
That's the picture right there?
No, that's
No.
not it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Rodney playing behind his head.
Okay.
So anyway, when I started playing with them, the
You need to
States
rephrase that.
Yeah.
when I was
Second
playing
time
the
that's
guitar
bothered
with Rodney, playing his guitar.
It still sounds bad how you just said that one.
There's no coming back from that
When
one.
I was playing
Are you guys
music.
together? Not biblically.
Okay, that's derailed. So
He said it's derailed now. It's gone. That's gone.
Go ahead, Bill. Finish what you were saying.
When we engaged in musical composition,
when I was forget it.
All right. On that note, do you want to do the final thought? It's gonna take us a while.
You're getting close. No,
Yeah,
you're
I don't have any more questions right now. My mind's brain's tossed.
So how many times do you do podcasts a month?
Shit, every Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah, eight a month, 8 podcasts.
I
a
don't know.
month.
I can't count
Yeah.
anymore. It all depends
Depending on how
And
long.
who's the girl behind the curtain?
She's our new camera person for it now.
Maybe.
Yeah, we don't
Is
know
there-
how long she wants to last.
Okay, two cameras. Is there more than 2
I do
cameras?
have
Three.
a
You got
question.
three. You got three.
and three.
There's
We're
3
closing
at-
out.
One back here.
So one there.
Oh, okay.
One pointing on us.
Yep.
This one's pointing in the middle. One pointing on you guys.
Yep.
Can I have one question?
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot it up.
Wow.
Okay, Rodney, William, 2 questions. One, did you find anything coming to like from like Muddy Water or Bessie Smith or like Nina Simone besides like before you hit Kiss? That's my first question, like to kind of lead you. And number 2, did you guys used to go to Mr. Wonderful's in Kalamazoo? Because you know how you said between Chicago and Detroit, always blues.
Yeah.
So on Thursday nights, especially, they were always in between. So those are my 2 questions, please, for the evening.
When was Mr. Wonderful's there?
Oh God.
Because I left for a long time.
I'm gonna say, so if you were doing the 80s out in LA, at least for 1 year, I'm gonna say late 80s to early 2000s.
Yeah, I was
Right off court.
mostly gone through all that.
Okay, you were gone.
As far as the blues, like Muddy Waters and everybody, Nina
Yeah,
Simone, I still
please.
listen to Nina Simone.
Oh
so-
man, I listen to that beautiful
Uh,
soul every night if
yeah.
I can.
I like the history of it, of Muddy Waters and all those guys, how they did it. And if you were to ask them today, people say, well, like I got a lot of flack. A lot of people, you're not blues, and everything. And that's
Well,
not,
because you hate
that's,
them,
that's
so you
not
get
how it is. And Joe Bonamassa is not blues. And if you were to, if there's interviews where you ask the Buddy Guy and Muddy Waters what the blues is, they're like, well, I listen to Son House. I listen to Son Seals or
Yep.
whatever, all the original guys,
Mhm.
And I don't play like them. So what's the blues? It's like somebody told me we weren't blues because we don't play like the original guys like Robert Johnson.
Or Richie Havens.
Yeah.
He wasn't necessarily blues, he was folks more, but
Yeah.
he brought it towards.
It's got to evolve. And there's purists out there that there's nothing you can do to make them happy because you're not blues. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's the other part about doing the cover songs. There's 40 blues bands in Chicago that are going to play it just like the record. You want blues, you go to Chicago, you go listen to them.
Right.
You want something new, here we are.
I like it.
It's
Thank you.
music has to evolve, and that's every genre. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's great
Mhm.
listening to both you gentlemen.
yeah, thanks.
All of you, all 4.
There you go. All right, guys, we're gonna do our final thoughts. What we do on our final thoughts is give shout outs your upcoming events, if you want to do that, and just go
Or
around
people-
the table.
Or people you just want to say thank you. Oh, they gotta get out their phones. Jesus.
Yeah.
Not that I could
You gotta
see my
evolve, Joe.
phone.
You gotta evolve. Okay.
Not that I can see it,
I
but
swing
I'm
from
gonna
my-
get it out.
I swing from my
You want to start off,
hips.
Bill?
Oh, shout out to Peg Borchers out there in Grand Haven. Hi. And to Hurricane Kelly out there. I know you're listening. And I want those red velvet shoes as soon as you can get them to me. Okay. Thank you.
I'd like to shout out to Peg Borchers and Kelly's in bed. So
Where we at?
You're right here in St. Joe, Michigan.
Again,
Like,
there we are. It was
yeah.
derailed.
Yeah.
I
we
just
have
got derailed.
May 2nd, Handmat Brewery in Battle Creek.
Yeah.
May 3rd, the Watermark here in Stevensville.
Nice.
Midway Tavern, May 10th. Slippery Noodle on the 17th.
Oh, you're heading south.
Yep.
And then I got bamboozled in this one. Juice got me into doing a Watermark solo.
Uh-oh.
How'd you get bamboozled?
I don't know. He's like, you want to do some gigs, solo? I'm like, not really. Yeah, I could. Because I need to get back playing. I need to get my chops back up.
Was there a bunch of porters involved on that one?
No, I'm like, I'm only going to play 2 hours though. It's like, because I can't. It's so boring playing by yourself.
That's not what I've heard.
That's a different. There's different. There's a different verb in there. Is that what I want to get to?
Yeah, that's an action verb.
or no, yeah. Sandbar up in Saugatuck on the 24th.
24.
Local pour on the 25th.
You never been in local pour yet.
No, I haven't.
I need to take you.
3rd year in a row, we're on the
you'd like
Flag
it.
Day parade for the Acorn Theater.
June 8th.
Yep.
I
June
like
8th.
the Acorn.
For me
Theater.
too. I like
That's
the Acorn.
nice.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You went there for to see one of the bands play.
Yeah, well, I forgot about that band.
No,
It was 80s,
1985.
1985. Yeah,
Yeah,
play
yeah.
all 80s rock.
Yeah, that's why
That
they
was
call it
fun.
1985, buddy.
That was fun.
It's okay. You'll get there.
Oh no, no, hey, your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They did it together. For me, for you guys are awesome. I'm glad you came on. Thank you again for coming on, because when I was booking this one, I was kind of thinking, yeah, because I love to see you guys play. I love to hear the guys' stories from what you guys came from and everything out there. And from the stories that I heard from you guys and how you became a bass player over 6 months, whatever it was, phenomenal. I don't think me and him combined can never do that. Even playing the harmonica. Sorry, I don't think I could ever play that one.
I had good teachers.
And you watch that on YouTube. I don't think I could ever do that either. And for Rodney, and the stories you said, that how you grew up and playing the instrument, how a guy said, do you want to be in my band at 14? That means
he was 21, 22, 23. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's phenomenal. And you picked the guitar up and learned how to play it at that
Well,
age.
I slept with a guitar.
But
And I still do, actually. Like, I remember to take it out of the bed, or else it's on the floor and my toes bleeding or something. Something's bleeding.
For that, you keep on rocking it out and keep on playing every single thing out there. I would love to hear your music and keep on hearing the originals that you created yourself, because I like hearing the songs. And you keep on going. I don't care how old you guys are and how you guys are don't stop. Just keep on playing.
We're going to try.
How many bass players have you gotten rid of now? It's 9.
9.
What
Okay.
time? What time is it?
What's my lucky?
10. It's funny how 10's that number again.
Right now, it's you. It's all I've ever dreamed of.
James, your final thoughts.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to both of you guys. You guys, man, the stories alone has been fun to listen to. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys coming on. I hope to see you guys again soon, man. Just to play. I want to hear it again. I love blues music. And what you guys do is something different than just an ordinary blues music.
It gives you a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It gives you little blues and a little rock. So
and it's refreshing to hear you guys play. I tell you that much. Guys, keep doing what you're doing. I love it, and hopefully get you guys back on after the summer, maybe when things are slower.
we'll get a little time under our belt with figure out a drummer, and maybe we'll have a drummer by next time.
You never know.
And probably after they get their feet wet and before he has to go back to play in the snow.
Yeah, way before that.
Man, I just came from night shift. Don't put me back to night shift already.
Never do that to you.
Well, I'm the low man on the totem pole there. I got to work nights.
Guys, we do appreciate you guys coming on. All right. Appreciate that.
Appreciate
much.
it. Thank you much.
No problem. Guys,
Thank you.
for you guys watching on YouTube and stuff like that, guys, thanks to these guys for coming in. You got Rodney Mills, Bill Stone here over in the corner. And I'm your host, James Gill. This is Joe Hill. Guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and send some comments our way. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're getting out of here. Oh, if I can turn my buttons right. All right, here we go.